Hello and welcome to another video from TW White & Sons Mazda. Okay, here we have today a very special car. This is a 2019 on a 19 plate Mazda CX-3. 2-litre petrol, 6-speed manual transmission, in Sport Nav Plus specification, so it's the facelifted CX-3, we'll come back to that in a moment. And is probably one of the lowest mileage used cars I've ever encountered. This is a 19 plate car, so it's just about to hit its 3rd birthday, and it has covered less than 7,000 miles. I think it's on something like 6,920 miles. That is unbelievably low mileage. Probably makes it one of the lowest mileage CX-3s on sale in the country. I can't believe there's anything less than that out there. This is actually a vehicle we know very well. It was sold by our dealership from new. The service record is with a dealer not local to us, and it's quite a long story. We have an existing relationship with a family who both purchased their cars. I think they're brother and sister, both purchased their cars from us, and this car was actually living in Peterborough direction. So it's serviced by, I think, Owner Mazda. It's been in there twice, irrespective of the mileage. It's been in for a service every year to comply with the terms of the warranty and to protect the residual value. And it is due its 3rd service and MOT, which it will have before it leaves us. I think the first MOT is due in about 10 days time, so it's never had an MOT because it's only just hit 3 years old. It's finished in a colour called Machine Grey. This is an exceptionally popular Mazda colour. Looks absolutely wonderful on CX-3, and it has a black leatherette interior. Specification is comprehensive of a Sport Nav Plus, and that's me being diplomatic. It's awesome. It's got an awful lot of kit on it. I'll talk you through as much of that as I can when we go in, but I just wanted to show you the condition. Very rare we get to take a car in part exchange that looks like this when it arrives with us, but I just can't find a mark on it. I'd lay down a bit of a challenge to anybody else in the dealership to find a mark on it. There's not a curb mark on a wheel, not a scratch, not a dent. It is flawless, as close to new car condition as you will ever encounter with a used car. It's yeah, borderline unbelievable, but I guess given the mileage it kind of makes sense. Right, I'll show you some of the specification. So being a Sport Nav Plus, this is the facelifted model with the updated rear lights. Does mean you also get an electronic handbrake as well, but I'll show you that as we get in the car. There's a couple of things as we go around the car that are really good signs of ownership. CX-3 branded boot liner, which in itself is in beautiful condition, but actually if you're to go underneath that, the carpet is unmarked. Obviously the boot line has been in place from day one. It was one that we supplied, and yeah, the condition of everything underneath it is wonderful. And you have this sort of lower floored section, and underneath that is the subwoofer for the stereo as well. Come on to the stereo in just 1 second. You get a decent sized boot with CX-3, sort of a nice high lip as well, so if you are loading anything in, you've got like a flat load. There's not a giant drop below this sort of panel here, but enough space. I think what CX-3 does so well is get you into the sort of SUV section of the market without going to a huge car. So you get that high up drive position, you get a sensible size boot, but it's not a tank. It's not difficult to park. You see there you've got a rear camera, and a well-proportioned car. You've also got rear parking sensors, dual exit exhausts, which look really smart. These are genuine, they're not fake. They do actually both emit exhaust emission. And we come around to the side of the car, you've got these absolutely beautiful sort of darkened chromed Vect alloy wheels. The car is on all matching Toyo Proxy tyres. This is what these cars are issued from new, as you'd expect given the mileage it's covered, and they're 18-inch wheels on this car, but again not one of them with a chip, a mark, anything on the edges. Absolutely flawless. Same can be said for things like the door edges. Not a chip, not a mark, not a scratch. On entry to the car, mentioned black leatherette interior, which you see here. I don't think these back seats have ever been sat in. They look flawless. Same goes for the headliner. You often find with cars, people load things in the headliner and can scratch them and scuff them. Not the case with this car. Sill entry points in beautiful order. Backs of the seats look like they've never been scuffed. It really is exceptionally well looked after. And it's a very nice place to be. Mazda have worked really hard over the last few years at interior quality. You can even see you have things like stitched sections on the door cards, which look very smart. being a Sport Nav Plus, you also have keyless entry and start. That's what the little black button here is for. And same thing on entry to the driver's seat. Scuff. The sill entry points aren't scuffed. The black textured plastics aren't scuffed. Another really good sign of ownership. If I just move our little paper mat out of the way, CX3 branded over mats. And again, they don't even look like they've sort of, very occasionally with mats you get these sort of feet marks where people have had their heels that wear through, but given the mileage, again, just not the case with this car. It really is spotless. Of course, you have electric windows and power fold mirrors. I'm really sorry if the sun glare is a bit too bad, you might not be able to see very well here. So like all Mazdas, it's push button start, which you can see just behind the indicator stalk there. We have 2 keys for the car, as you'd expect. All of our cars come with 2 keys. They're Experian checked before they arrive with us as well. If you dip the clutch pedal, tap that button 1 time, and the car comes into life. And there it is, 6,920 miles, and that is supported by a full and complete Mazda main dealer service record as well. You have a digital speedometer readout here. Please ignore the little yellow spanner down there. It's just telling us that 3rd service is due. Like I mentioned, that will be done before it leaves us. And you also have, with CX3, a head-up display. So if I just move back a little here, you can see there's a little plastic shield there that just pops up from the dashboard when you start the engine. And just inside it, a 0 mph logo. And that means you can have your speed displayed on that little screen. And you can keep your eyes a little bit higher. You can argue it's a bit safer, because you're keeping your eyes on the road when you're looking for your speed, and it displays other information in there as well. But it's a really, really nice touch, very nice feature. You have steering wheel controls for hands-free phone, cruise control and speed limiter as well. As you come down the side here, you've got front parking sensor switch. It does have sensors on the front and the back of this car. A tyre pressure monitoring system, the engine i-stop, which is the cutout technology that it operates, and lane departure warning as well. Mentioned the how nice the quality of the interior is. Mazda, like I say, over a number of years have worked really hard to improve interior quality. Even the things like stitched leather panel across the dash there. You'll notice the car also has front heated seats and the all-important heated steering wheel. This is a really lovely feature during the winter months. It doesn't heat the entire wheel, it does your sort of 10 and 2 positions, so between this area of stitching here and this one down here. Completely complete game changer for winter, really, for heating up your hands and heating up the wheel. Mentioned front seats that are heated as well. You have a climate control air conditioning system here. You still get a CD player with these. Mazda gave up on CD players very recently, so you still get one with this car. And you have twin USB, just move the keys that way, twin USB socket down there, as well as a 12-volt and auxiliary if you were to use them. Being the updated model, you do have electronic handbrake that I mentioned. Just have to have your foot on the brake, press it down to take it off, lift it up to put it back on. And Mazda's 6-speed manual transmission. Mazda are very good at manual gearbox. If I had £1 for every time I said that, I'd be a wealthy man. They make incredible transmissions. Mazda are very big on sort of old school engineering and just working really hard to make the car still enjoyable to drive. I think there's a bit of a stigma attached to SUVs that they're never very rewarding to drive. Not the case with this car. Not only is it incredibly light and got a 2-litre petrol engine, so it goes very well, you have this lovely gearbox, and it really is nice to use. It's very precise. You'll never miss a gear with a Mazda manual transmission. You've never, gone for 5th and got 3rd or anything like that. Really, really nice to use. Controls down here, which are for the multimedia system as well. So you have integrated navigation, Bluetooth hands-free phone, and DAB digital radio, and all your audio options as well. It's on FM at the moment, but you can see here you've got DAB as well. You still have a very nice armrest on here as well, and these sort of clever cup holders. You press a little button and it puts out a little section for a cup holder, and yeah, it's just a nice place to be. Of course, you have automatic lights and automatic wipers as well. Just going to turn the car off. And that's it. That's our Mazda CX3. Available at TW White & Sons in Bookham. As I say, don't anticipate having this very long. Mazda CX3s of any description are incredibly desirable used cars at the moment, and I just don't believe there's going to be a lower mileage, nicer condition one on the market than this car. So please feel free to give us a call if you've got any questions. The car will be supplied with a minimum of 12 months Mazda parts and labour warranty, so you know, car wouldn't need to come back to us necessarily if you were to have any problems. It could go to your local Mazda dealer, not that we anticipate there would be, given the mileage the car has covered. If you've got any questions or you'd like to arrange a test drive, please feel free to give us a call, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thanks very much for watching. Cheers then, bye.